Yo, back to another trading day. Let me just sort this out. Okay, so market has just opened. Well, I say just opened. It opened 7 minutes ago. I'm a little bit late to get on, I'll be honest. Yeah, I definitely was. I already missed a move, I think. I hope not. Give me a moment. 2 till 3 candle, 4 hour. Low's been swept. Okay, so we can realistically wait for a retest here. That's a 3 o'clock candle. Just trying to see what we're looking for at the moment with this. These are all low, so we've already swept this. Let's get an equilibrium in here. We've got a fair value gap to possibly retrace to. Let's have a look at GBP USD. As you guys know, if you've watched my previous video, I trade Euro USD, GBP USD. So, just want to make sure my microphone is working. I hope so. It says in the top left it's working, but very quiet. Guys might need to whack up the volume on this video, but no, I'm gonna figure out that issue for the near future. Let's clear everything here. Okay. Oh, we swept the hourly. Oh, we swept these lows as well. That's a beautiful key level that we've just taken. Okay, so I'm looking for longs. I'm definitely looking for longs. Yeah, definitely looking for longs. Okay. Let me just need a retrace to come into. Got any SMT? Higher high. Wow, wow, wow. There's a lot of movement right now. A lot of movement. Hella volatile. What the hell? Well, now we have to watch out. Now we need to look for some more key levels. Because we've just had both key levels, or are key levels, taken already. So let's mark out some session highs. We've already got a session low there, so I don't know how we're going to work on that. This might be still acting as a key level there. Yeah, we're going longs today. We're definitely going longs today. Tell me what you guys think. You know, if you watch this and you think differently, or if you think I'm shit, please comment and have opinions. You know, that shit's helpful, genuinely, especially in this game. You know. We've got a fair value gap coming out of this. Disrespected this small fair value gap. This small bearish fair value gap. Let's see what can come of it. That's a beautiful sweep though. We need a retest and we need a 1 minute entry on either GBP USD or Euro USD. We're gonna mark out some TPs because we know where we're going. Let's get 15 minute. We've got TP1 there, or maybe even here. I'm not gonna mark that out though. London high. This, I don't even know if we can count that as Asia session high because, well, yeah, I guess. And that's if we're bullseye. which I don't think we're going to move to that. We will probably just sweep these highs, which is fine by me. What are we saying here? Okay, we're slowing down a little bit. Yeah, we got a nice bit of fucking liquidity on Euro USD right here. Now I want to take this shit on Euro probably. I feel like there's more room. Let me just check. Are we in a fair value gap on anything? Nah, kind of. Nah, not strong enough for me. Oh, I'll switch the color of this one. Because I want this shit to be TPs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know you should have 4 TPs, but we're going to take that as a TP. We're going to leave that as a runner. Probably if we can get some good 2% up, we'll take partials. Okay. Alright, we need to come a little bit higher so we can move our equilibrium into that 15-minute fair value gap. Probably going to sweep this liquidity here. That's why I've marked it out. Sweep that high first. This is looking quite nice. It's got to wait and see though. You got to wait for that retrace, and then we got to look for confirmation and continuation on the 1 minute. Hopefully we get some sort of response off this high being swept, even if it's low time frame. You know, it will have an effect sometimes. Let's see what ES is doing. I know it's not related, but no, we're looking to go up with ES as well. I know I can't trade this because my account isn't a futures account, but you know, I like to look at it. I like to see what's going on. I'll come back to that. Okay, well I'm going to come back and get a retrace, okay? Okay, we're getting a retest. Whether we're going to touch into this equilibrium though, I am not 100% sure. We've got a very small SMT, I guess. I wouldn't really count it though. And we touch that equilibrium, that is beautiful. Because that just gives me confidence that the market is moving in a rhythm. Which I won't say. I don't know why my shit looks so laggy though. Hold up, let me just fix this. I just took that background blur off. That shouldn't work. Let's show it on to the 1 minute. Okay, so you see here how it looks kind of like a break structure, you know, like we're changing direction and whatsoever. On the 5 minute, it doesn't look like that, but on the 1 minute, it does. And that's why a lot of people, you have to use these time frames. You have to use 5 minute, you have to use 15 minute, you have to use 1 minute. You have to use the higher time frames with the lower time frames. You can't just use the lower time frame and be like, oh, we've got a fair value gap, we're respecting it. Let's take a short, guys. Let's take a short. No, that's not how it works. Gotta pop it up on this right now. But yep, type shit. Okay. So now what I want to see is I either want to see us inverse this fair value gap, come back into it, and then create a fair value gap out of it. Or I want to see us just create slow movement, create a fair value gap, respect the fair value gap, create another fair value gap out of that, and then you can take my position. Just want to make sure we're not. Oh, this is not what I like to see though. This is not what I like to see. You see, now I'm not really sure what's going on. Well, I am. We're disrespecting this. We've got 16 seconds to pull out of that. 10 seconds. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? I think it's going to hold. I think it's going to hold. I think that held. Alright, we got it. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I don't know what the fuck Euro USD's doing. That shit's on its own little fucking path right now. It's doing its own thing. We're just gonna leave that motherfucker to it. Okay. So now you'd probably think, oh, we're respecting this fair value gap. If you're looking at the 1 minute, you'd think, oh yeah, we definitely are. Now, you may be right, but I'm very sure we're not. Because if we look at the hourly, right now we are in a short-term downtrend. But what have we done here? We've come into Tokyo's big ass fair value gap, which I think is a 4 hour fair value as well. And that's a powerful fair value gap. It's being shown through separate time frames as well. Then we've got a major liquidity sweep because it's a London session low, it's an hourly low, it's a 4 hour low, you know, and we are on higher time frames. We are kind of, well, if you look at the 4 hour, we're bullish, the 1 hour, we're bullish, the daily, we're bearish. But we're not bearish because we have sweeped all of these lows yesterday. Candle wise, we're bearish in trend value. Trend we're bearish, but candle structure we're bullish because we sweep this low, this low, this low. We sweep weekly low. Yeah, as in we're looking to go higher. 100%. Whether that move happens today, you can't really judge that. You just know, and that's why sometimes swing trading is quite good because you can do that analysis, that practical analysis, and go, oh, well, in the future we're going to be heading up. We're going to be into a bullish market, and you can take a trade off that long term. Oh, this is nice here. We've just inversed this gap on GBP here, USD. Now I want to see us touch into either this or this, which will be really nice. Let's just get another equilibrium in there just to see how strong this is going to be. We do need to come up and probably sweep this New York high before we have the reversal down on the 1 minute, because we need that power to bring the price back down. What's Euro saying? Euro is just having fun, man. That's just doing its own thing. We're probably going to go a bit higher first on Euro, so we can have our equilibrium in our fair value gap. It'll probably be, it'll be on this high that it'll come down, because Euro USD really loves to come down and fill the whole fair value gap, and then continue the move. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, now I want to see us reverse. That I don't like. Most people would enter off that, just off the fact we've got an inverse fair value gap, a fair value gap, but I want to wait for some sort of a reversal so that I can get a better entry and be more sure about my position. I'm not entering yet. Don't worry, I'm not entering yet. I want to wait for this to close, come into the fair value gap, create another fair value gap, and then I'm entering off that and putting. So it'll look something like this, hopefully. And then we can go for that London high, which should be a 1 to 3-ish. Should be nice. I'm pretty confident about this, so I'll definitely be putting full size on if it continues like this. Let's see what ES is saying just whilst we're waiting. Wow. Okay, well, it's doing some weird stuff. This is quite early to be making such a move on GBP USD and Euro USD. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. I like to take my positions after like 4:30, I'll be honest, but can't really judge that, can I? Let's see what happens here. Okay. You see we've got all news is just being postponed due to government shutdown. Oh, how odd. So I gotta turn my fan off, bro. It's getting cold in this bitch. Okay. That's not good enough. Just checking if different chart. Sometimes different charts do respect fair value gaps and show us wicking into them, and some don't. But be careful of that sometimes. For example, MetaTrader 5, the charts on there are different to CMC markets charts. They're more like, I think it's Oanda. If you look on Oanda, there's not really any difference. What's your USD saying? We haven't swooped that high yet. We'll be waiting for 4 o'clock. Probably should have entered here. I just want to see us tap into one of these fair value gaps first, because I know USD is going to come down first. And so that leads me to think that GBP USD is going to come down more. We're not going to have a lower low, but if we do, then that's just the trading day completely over. If we get a lower low, I mean like that. But if we come down to here, then no, we're not entering. See what happens here. Thing is, you could realistically enter off this, and you could do, for example, you could just do something like this for a 1 to 1.8, or we can wait and possibly get a better entry and get a protected low here and get a much better position and make a few extra quid just by waiting. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're just going to wait. You know, if we've missed the trade, we've missed the trade. It's not a big deal. I'd rather miss the trade knowing I waited for a better entry. You know, look, we came off this fair value gap here, which was within our equilibrium on the 1 minute, but we were looking on the 5 minute at that point. We were waiting for something. Then we create a fair value gap, inverse fair value gap. Yes, you can enter off this and put your stop here and do something like that, which would be a great trade. But one, I missed it, and two, I just want to see us respect a fair value because I just know your USD is going to come down. It's going to come down more. It has to. So. I'll come back when we something happens. Okay, we have moved into the fair value gap and equilibrium. Just need another fair value gap now, and I'm in. See how I put my stop right here before we even came down to it. So that's where we're gonna stop. I want us to either. I don't want to completely go past this candle. I'd rather have a smaller candle than a further eye gap, which, like this, if we can create one now without a breaker structure, I'm happy to enter. Euro USD has tapped into. It's got to come lower. What's 15-minute on that saying? Yeah, okay. Let's wait and see. Drink water. Okay, I'm looking to enter now. Gotta wait for this candle close. I'm probably in. Alright. I am in. Stop loss. Down here. And then take profit. Is that 669? Okay. So we are in on the trade. See here. It's 16 pips to take profit, and it's 4.4 pips to my stop loss. May take partials in this depending on how it's moving. I'm going to sit and watch it. This is one of those I'm going to sit and watch. See how it moves. Got to watch when we come off this. This high here, these highs. Because we may just. Oh, your USD is getting so close to that. We may come lower a bit first on GBP USD, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that. If we get stopped out, I get stopped out. That's the way the game works. I got my entry. I'm confident with my entry. I like my entry. What else can I do? Sit and wait. Well, look, I'm going to come back when we're managing the trade, basically. So I will see them. Okay, it's about 2 minutes later. I'm going to put my stop to break even, so we don't risk any capital. We're at 1% at the moment. So my stop is now at break even. So on this trade, we are clear. If I want to take partials, we've got to get to 2%, but we'll have to see how that's moving. If it continues moving like this, then I'm pretty happy to just hold the trade until full TP. Yeah, so 1% at the moment. This is one of those positions that I struggle with a lot. Is that I get up 1%, and we have huge reversals, and I get stopped out of the break even on my stop loss. And so I am always very tempted to just pull out my profits at this point. Uh, because for example, on my past funded account, I was down 4% due to silly mistakes, over trading, being an idiot, basically, not following my rules. And I recognized this and instantly went, okay, we're risking 0.5% on every trade, regardless of how good it is. And we are going to make sure that every trade is a good trade. And so I took about 10 or 12 trades. 7 of them or 6 of them went to break even. And I only put my break even when I'm up 1%. And I can show proof of this hopefully if I can get back on the account on MetaTrader. Or maybe on F2Mail, maybe I'll have a look. 6 or 7 trades. So that's 6 or 7% that I missed out on because I put my stop to break even. But some of them just would have gone to my stop loss if I hadn't done that as well. So this is something I'm still trying to understand. It's something I'm still learning, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't passed my funded accounts yet. I haven't actually made money yet. Is this moment right here? Because as you can see, we are having a reaction now off this high, this key level. You know, this is, I think it's an hourly high. Yeah, it's an hourly high. And a lot of time with Forex, we will hit an hourly high and we'll just reverse completely. And so what I want to see now is, do we have a 5-minute fair value gap? Yeah, we do. Okay, so on this candle, I'm going to sit on the 5-minute. If we disrespect this gap here and come further down, I'm going to close the trade with whatever profit there is, which will be roughly around this point here, where that blue line is. And so that's what my plan is going to be now, to be able to secure some sort of profit, instead of just going to break even, you know. Now, look, if I just not put it to break even, there is a high probability that we come down, fill this fair value gap, come a little bit lower to where my break even is, because that is a key point. It's a point where a lot of people will have entered trades, a lot of orders will have been filled due to this bullish market here. And so it will be manipulated to come down here sometimes and stop people out of break even and come close to my stop loss and then continue price to my full TP, possibly even further. But that is something you have to analyze. You have to take a certain amount of trades. You have to go, how many times did this happen? And if it happens where if you hadn't moved your stop loss to break even and you'd still be in the trade more, then you had moved your stop loss to break even and you would have been out the trade if you hadn't, because it would have hit your stop loss, then you don't move your stop to break even. And so at the moment, what I'm doing is that analysis. So I'm writing this down. I'm going to be taking photos of it. I'm going to be counting it up over 50 trades, 100 trades, and seeing if in the long run, moving my stop loss to break even is a good idea or a bad idea. Because losing money isn't always a bad thing. It's probability, you know. You have 100 trades. Say someone says to you 60 of them will be profitable. 60 of them will be a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio where you make 2%. And 40 of those trades will be a 40% loss, but you've made 120% on the 60 that you've won. Now, you may have 40 in a row. It doesn't matter how it happens. It's saying out of 100 trades. And so you may have 40 losses in a row just due to the probability. And then the next 60 are all profitable. Now that's highly unlikely that all your losses in a row. You're probably going to get a period where you get 10 losses in a row because that is probable. If you have a 60% win rate, there is a high probability of you having 10 losses in a row. And that's not because you're shit. If you follow your rules and that happens, it's not because you're shit. It's just the probability. And that's why this game is not. If you see people going, oh, I just made loads of money in a trade. I just left it. I didn't even have a stop loss. I just put loads of lot size on. I risked loads of money and I made loads of money. That's not trading. That isn't trading in the essence that you're managing a certain amount of money and risking a certain amount of money every day consistently keeping with your rules. That's gambling. You know, what they're doing is gambling. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to sit down every day, take out the factor of money, completely rid of that, and take out the factor that, oh, I want to be successful. I want to be financially successful. I want to be financially free. I want to be able to, let's be honest, I want to be able to buy a few materialistic things in life. Nice cars, nice watches, nice suits, nice clothes. I want to be able to invest in myself. And you need money to do that. And why do we all start doing things like this? Why do we all start trying e-commerce or online money or trading or investing? You do that to have financial gain. Let's not be silly. But when you sit down to trade, your only aim is to predict where the market is going and stick to your rules and manage that. That is it. You're not there for financial gain anymore. That it becomes a part of it that is a bonus. The financial gain is a bonus. Right here, this is saying, I can predict where the market's going. I know where the market's going. That's what you brag about. If you're going to brag, that's what you brag about. You don't brag, oh, I made $30,000 on trading the other day. Because you cannot attach monetary value to this. If you do, your psychology will never work. And that's why this is so difficult. Because so many people start this without an income, with money they've saved. They quit their job and they start doing this, and they have, I had talked about that probability of 100 trades, 60 wins, 40 losses. Let's say you get 60 wins in a row, you quit your job, you know, then you have 40 losses in a row. What do you do then? You know, that's why this is a yearly game. Every year, you do a certain amount of trades with the exact same plan, no different. Yes, each trade is different from another, but the way you entered each trade and the way you managed each trade is no different from any other trade. Everything must be the same. Every factor you can control must be the same so that the probability can play out over the course of 100 trades or 50 trades over a year. And that is how you become profitable. You start with a €100,000 account. Let's say you make 20% in a year. You made €20,000. Realistically, let's be real. That's not a lot of money to make in a year. Now, that's not me saying, oh, what did you grow up from? Did you have lots of money? If you're starting this and your only aim is to make €20,000 a year, and you're putting in the effort and you're having this mental battle, then just go and get a job. Go and socialize. Go and do something you enjoy. Whether that's working at a restaurant, working in a cafe, working at a normal store, working at a cinema. You can do that. And you can socialize with people. You can enjoy yourself. You can find ways to make it so that your hours aren't horrendous and that your load of work isn't too much. You still go shopping. You still save up. You do some investments, for your pension. Or you do this. And the way you change that €20,000 a year to €100,000 a year, $500,000 a year to $1 million, isn't by changing what you're doing. It's by scaling. And the way you scale is by getting more capital. It doesn't matter if you have 10 million quid in capital compared to yourself with a grand in capital. The way you trade should be the same. A lot of people online, you'll see them do these challenges where they are, oh, we're going to turn €500 into $50,000, 50,000 euros, or $500 into $50,000. And the way they're trading is they're risking their whole $500 or euros to make 300-400 quid. Now, if you can do that and you're consistent with it and you can predict the market like that, most people need a lot of experience to be able to do that. Then fair play. But to actually learn that experience, you have to do it with the skill of day trading, which is managing the money and managing the risk. If you have €500, trade it the same as you would if you had €1 million. If you had $1 million and you were trying to make a few grand, you wouldn't put $1 million in. You wouldn't risk £1 million to make 10 grand, would you? But you'll risk €500 to make €300. That's why monetary value and money value messes up this, because then the more capital you have, the more you worry about the money. And so don't even look at this as money. Think of it as percentage. Don't ever, ever, ever look at it as money. Think of it as percentage. And I know I'm going to say here how much profits we're in right now, how much money we're making right now, how much we've gone up in the account, how much we could have made, blah, blah, blah. You have to detach from it and be able to speak about the money part as a completely different thing, apart from trading. You're just talking about that just as an add-on. It's not deciding anything. It's not affecting anything. You know, that's what. Okay, so now we're gonna wait. If we can move past this high, then I'll hold the trade. If we don't move past this high and create at least a fair value gap, an order block, something to keep price moving up, then we're gonna close it out and take our profits. Because this could just reverse for no reason. You know, we're in a fair value gap right now. We have moved past this. If we close this candle, we've moved past this fair value gap. If we close this candle, beautiful. Okay, so we've disrespected and inversed this gap here. We've inversed this gap. If we hold, what other gaps can we inverse? This gap here. If we inverse that gap, that'd be really nice. You see? 33 seconds. It may consolidate or it may completely reverse. That's the problem. That's why you got to be careful. I'm going to move my stop loss now to just below this fair value gap here. Because if we disrespect this fair value gap, then we're probably going to come lower. That's protecting our profits, it's protecting our commission. Not commission, sorry, it's protecting our money, you know? Stop loss to, where is this fair value gap? It's right here. That's 2% right there, if we close there, which I'm very happy to do. So now we have secured 2% profit, as you can see here. We entered here, our 2%'s there, and there's our 3 point something percent, 3.2%. And so we're just going to hold this, see what happens, and wait. But yeah, that's a successful trade. That's your 1 to 2. That's your 1 to 2%. You do that every single time you step into the market, whether it's you hit your stop loss or you hit your take profit. If you just do what I've just done there, and if I rinse and repeat that, I will be rich. I know we're not adding monetary value to it, but I will be rich if I just do that every time. Whether it hits my stop loss, whether it hits my break even, whether it hits my take profit. If I manage it like I did, if I talk about it, if I think about it, if I understand from what I know and not be emotional like, oh, I'm up 2,000 euros in a trade, I'm up 2,000 euros, I need the money, I need them. Relax. Look at the charts, use your knowledge, use your experience of the charts to identify if we're going to go lower, we're going to go higher, if we're going to reverse, if we're going to continue the position, if we're going to come lower to respect something to then continue the position. There's so many factors. So many factors. You know, some factors right here. We came up into this high, this key level, hourly high. We reversed slightly off of it. There was nothing to stop us from coming down to here and being stopped out at break even because I was already at 1% here. And so what do? Pull your money out or just wait? Just wait. You're not risking anything. Just wait. Stop worrying about possibly making 800 quid or 0.8% and just wait. You know? Look, we're probably going to get stopped out here at our 2%. Let's see if we have been. Because it depends on the charts as well. The charts can differ. Very close to it. We're about 1 pip off, 2 pips off. We are respecting this gap at the moment. Okay, and we've been stopped out with 2k profit. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, 2. We got 2K and 20 euros. 2,020 euros, and that's 2%. That's how it's done, you know? And look, we may come higher up now. We may not. We may have just wicked that, and we've slightly respected it. Well, we've really just respected it. And now that's an unsure moment. That's an unsure moment now. But there's no point now going, oh, maybe it would have hit my take profit. We made 2%. That was our goal. Stop worrying now. The rest doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if we were going for 3.3%. We made our 2%. We're not trying to be greedy here. We're trying to set a goal and achieve that every time. And that goal must be the same. Must be. And right now we're respecting a 1 minute bearish fair value gap. You know? We're not always going to sweep those highs straight away. We can have a reversal and come all the way back down here, hit our break even when we're already up 2%. You take your 2%. Take your 2%. Don't be greedy and go, oh, I want a 1 to 4 when you're only 2 years into trading. 2 years experience is not enough to be able to go, I want a 1 to 4 every time I trade. You end up hitting break even or your stop loss every single time. You know, with swing trading, you can do that. You can go, I want to hit a 1 to 4. I want to hit a 1 to 5 because you have that room for error. We have a 4.9 pip stop loss. That's a second. If Donald Trump goes, China, I'm out the trade. So we've taken our 2%. It's a good day of trading. We missed yesterday because I was busy. That's what I mean. You don't. I probably should have traded yesterday. I probably should have. I didn't even look at yesterday. But I went and played golf. You know, you got to be comfortable with yourself to know I don't need to trade today. I'll just go tomorrow. I'll go do that tomorrow. That's the freedom this gives you. You can go. I've got other stuff. I want to enjoy life today. I'm gonna go enjoy life today for the whole day. And I'm not gonna worry about my trading. I'm gonna come and do that tomorrow. And now I'm gonna go to the driving range. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go hang out with my mates. You know, I'm gonna go ride my motorbike. I'm gonna go and enjoy life. I learnt this in 1 year. Next year, imagine the knowledge I'm gonna have. If you haven't started learning this, start. And I'll be honest, I recommend for people starting, great way to start is watch TGR's bootcamp. His first one. It's great. It gives you the fundamentals you need. You're not going to understand it. You're probably going to have to watch it all twice. You don't have to. Then what you need to do there, in my opinion, is jump on the charts. Take what you know, jump on the charts. And then when it makes no sense after being on the charts for a month or two, you go on YouTube and you learn some more. Justin Werlin, I think he's good. A lot of people knock him. I think he's great. Look into ICT a bit. People knock ICT. He has concepts. Don't overcomplicate your concepts, but learn a few. Become this person who has too much going on, too many options, too many strategies, too many confluences, and then take all of that, those 50 confluences, chuck them in a trade, see it go to oblivion, see it be shit, and then file it down, file it down, file it down, file it down, file it down from those 50 confluences to 3 to 6 confluences. Find what works for you. This is a game of understand the fundamentals and then you'll find your own way to make it work. But the fundamentals are the same for everyone. You know, how the market is manipulated is the same for everyone. How you enter the trade, that's up to you. That's up to your personal preference, how your mind works, how you work, how your psychology works, how you're going to be better at learning. But just start. I promise you. If you're watching this and you're contemplating whether to start, just do it. What have you got to lose? I'll be honest, your mind, but there's a saying, you know, you can sit here. This isn't even a saying. I'm just thinking off the top of my head from a saying. You can sit and be in fear of not being successful financially and in other ways as well. Or you can sit and look at something and hope you can do it. Hope is stronger than fear. If you just hope you can do it, You're halfway there, mate. Halfway there. But don't think the system easy thing. You ain't gonna be making money for a while. Don't believe the people who just started 6 months ago and they're making dough. If they are, that's that 60. That's that 60 out of 100 trades that they just hit in a row. They're about to hit their 40, bro. You know? So, someone with a 20% win rate takes 100 trades. First 20 trades they take over the course of 3 months or 2 months, all profitable. They're going to think they're the shit. Let's see what the next 80 trades happen. But anyways, thank you for watching. This was a good trading day. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.